What's up, everybody? Somebody on my Twisted Metal Models video asked me to go into more detail about what Axel is, and I'm assuming how he's put together. So I'll talk about that. I'll talk about how he's actually held. The character is in place, and just talk about what the actual individual pieces are and stuff. And I plan to do this kind of video for all the other models I have. So I guess stay tuned. Anyway, let's do this. So this thing is held together with super glue and literally all the parts you can see on it. The guy in the middle, I can't remember exactly, I think I glued him to the base first, and then positioned the base to line up with his arm where it's glued on to the actual wheel. And then I had the other wheel pre-made and just glued that onto the base and I guess his shoulder. So the base and him are literally the only things really holding this thing together. If I dropped this on the floor, it would shatter like glass, and I'd probably cry. So this guy came from a car. It was a Matchbox. It was bigger than normal Matchbox cars, and I cannot for the life of me figure out what this thing is. These little plastic doors are spring loaded, so they would pop open, and the car would go flying up in the air, and the guy would go flying out and whatever. I just can't find what this thing is. The internet has no idea. So the base of it is the very bottom part where the arrow is pointing is made up of a DVD case, and where the arrow actually is pointing to is that piece of metal. I don't know where that came from. I honestly just do not remember. My little makeshift guns on the front of this thing are guitar bridge saddle screws. You can see here on my disgusting guitar, they what they do is screw. You can take an Allen key and screw them, and it lifts up the saddle. You can lift it up or down. It basically changes the action on your guitar, so it makes your strings further away from the neck, where you have to put in more pressure on your fingers to play it. It gets or lowering them can do the opposite. So instead of having machine guns, I don't know why, but I put these big rockets on it. It's some really terrible, almost rubbery paint that I can literally just sit here and peel off with my fingernail. And as for the actual plastic pieces of the rockets, I don't remember. I think they came off of some little like pullback toy airplane. Like I can't think what they're called. The one famous jet that like the Blue Angels use. I can't think of what it's called. So the thing that the arrow's pointing to is I think it's a piece of exhaust from some kind of a model kit. I can't remember exactly where it came from. It's some kind of 18th scale car. It could have been, I don't know. I'm just not sure where it came from. So this little back piece is actually the exhaust pipes from a Battle Machines Silverado. The thing is that you can see in this picture the whole box. It's like a metal diamond plated toolbox, and you unscrew this thing, and it's got a screw in the center of it, and it's two parts, so the exhaust pipes come out separately from the box, and that's all it is. It's just painted with primer. So the things that are kind of in place of Axel's arms are, I guess you would call them a wheel hub from a 18th scale model car. You can see it here in this video. Let me skip to the one part. Yeah, they literally, it's just a big plastic tube, not even a tube, whatever, it's a piece of plastic that the steering wheel hooks into. And that's what makes, if you ever had like an 18th scale model and you turn the steering wheel, the wheels will actually move and stuff. So anyway, that's just what holds the wheel on to the actual axle. And this is the car that they came off of, 70 Dodge Challenger from Ertl. So the two little guns on top are from one of these. Now these wheels, and this big rocket thing are all from some toy model car. I don't know what it is, and I've tried to look online for it so many times, and I just can't find it. The one I had was purple. It was all plastic. It was 18 scale, like the Challenger again. And the guns were up on the car like this. So imagine if the one I'm holding in my hand is the same exact thing. Just this black, two machine guns like that, and on the back of it were these two big rockets, like on each side. I don't know if they're rockets or whatever, but it had something in the middle connecting them together to make it look like something. And I have no idea what the thing was called. I can't find it. It was purple. It was all plastic. It had a bunch of buttons on the top of it. It would say stuff like "fire weapons." It just make dumb sounds like that. I'm trying to think of another one. One of them was like "enemy attack, fire." Anyway, if anybody has any idea what the fuck I'm talking about, that would be sweet to find out what that was. Cause I'd really honestly like to have it back in some form. Now that I'm thinking about it, that car looked very similar to Roadkill from Twisted Metal 1. The same kind of just like pieced together. It almost kind of looked like a maybe like a Mad Max version of Back to the Future DeLorean, sort of. I don't know. It's really hard to explain. But anyway, that's it. See you next time. I don't know which car is next because I can't spell. That's not even true. I don't know why I said that. Anyway, see ya.